Hello, everyone. It is Jen here, and I guess this is my first podcast or whatever. I've always kind of wanted to do this. I never really had the time to, and I don't know. Since I actually have a lot of time right now, I decided I want to start one. I know really no one watches this channel, but hopefully, once I start doing these, I'll get a little bit more attention, hopefully. So, hello everyone. My name is Jen, if I haven't introduced myself already. I really love music, K-pop in particular, and I really love BTS and Monsta. Those are my two favorite groups. I also like other groups too, but those are my two faves. And I've been into K-pop since 2017. BTS was the first group that I found, and I just, I got more into it since then, and ever since that time I've been obsessed with it. So I decided to do at least a K-pop related podcast. I'll probably talk a little bit about my personal life, a little bit, not too much. It's mostly going to be K-pop related. So I guess every time I make a podcast, I'll talk about some topics that I feel like I want to discuss. Usually anything that's going on with my favorite groups and stuff. I don't really know. I'm really bad at this. Wow. Really thought I'd be good at speaking, but I'm not. But anyway, so today I'm going to be discussing a few things with BTS and Monsta X, mostly BTS related. So the first thing I want to talk about is how it was just announced yesterday that BTS are going to be performing at New Year's Rockin' Eve. If you don't know, that's one of the New Year's programs that's on in America. It's actually really popular. There are multiple TV stations that have their own New Year's programs, but New Year's Rockin' Eve on ABC is the most popular. It's always been the most popular. That's the one that I always watch personally whenever I'm at a party, whatever, or with my family. It's always been the one that we watch. So they have performers that, have performances every year. And BTS are performing. And if you're probably asking, oh, weren't they on this before? Yes, they were. They were on 2 years ago, I believe. That was actually when I just got into them. And they were still new to me. I remember watching it. I was still amazed. I mean, at that point, I'd been following them for at least a month. But it was just so exciting to see them on TV again every time I did. When I had the opportunity, they kept blowing my mind. Anyway, yeah, you get it. They performed 2 years ago, and they're performing again, but there is a big difference this time. Last time their performance was pre-recorded, and they did it in LA, I believe, but now they're performing in Times Square, which means it's live. It's not pre-recorded. A lot of people were kind of confused about that. No, guys, it's live. And this is a big deal. I don't think a lot of people realize this, how big of a deal it is. I saw a tweet on Twitter, probably an auntie, that was trying to downplay the whole thing. They're New Year's Rockin' Eve isn't that important. It's usually on in the background while people are getting drunk. I'm no. So many people watch it. I believe I saw a stat, don't quote me on this, that more than 30 million people watch it. And the year that BTS was on, they had even more viewers. So if that doesn't say anything, it is such a significant program. This isn't just an award show or something. This isn't just, it's not a specialty show. This is a show that a lot of the general public watch. And it's such a big deal because BTS has, to this point, has never been on a program with this much influence. Even the Grammys has a lot of viewers. This has more. So much more, because the Grammys, like I said, It's a music award show that has a specialty audience. New Year's Rockin' Eve, everyone watches it. It doesn't matter who you are. So this is going to be BTS's biggest appearance on American TV thus far. It's a big, big deal. Big deal. I know I've said the word big deal way too much, but you get the point. It's a big deal. I'm so happy for them. This is going to, I know they're already basically at the top, but this is going to help them out even more. It's going to give them so much attention, which still, if you know already, the American GP, they're still mad with BTS, which is so unfortunate because, I'm not even going to list all the factors, but they still have a lot of, like, stereotypes against them and all that shit. But you get it. This is going to help them out so much. And I'm not saying that they need any more help. I'm just saying that it isn't a bad thing at all. I also saw a lot of people saying that they thought that they'd get some time off. I did see a lot of those tweets on Twitter. Basically, the reason why people are saying this is that BTS were supposed to go on one of the year-end Korean shows. They're called Gayos. They have a couple of them. It just, like I said, it's like the normal, like, year-end show where all the artists come together and they, like, have performances, and they have this show on New Year's Eve. Usually it's called Gayo Daejeon, and they released the lineup and BTS was not there. So people assumed, oh yay, they actually get to spend the new year with their families or whatever. And then some people assume, they're like, wait a second. Like, I think there was, like, an article that came out that said that they're performing at, like, Times Square. So people are like, hold up. They might not be getting a break, and it turns out, they're going to be in America instead of, Korea. And a lot of people were a little, upset about this. Also, it's Taehyung's birthday soon, and people thought he'd get off for that and spend time with his family, because usually he doesn't really have off for his birthday ever. A lot of people were a little, upset. But let me say this. In Korea, the normal New Year, like when, like Westerners usually celebrate it, it's not really as important as the Lunar New Year, which is celebrated at the end of January or like beginning of February. Yeah, in East Asia, it's a big deal. Usually, like, people have off from work and stuff, and they like relax, and that's when they actually like spend time with family and stuff. Obviously, it's not a big deal here, but in East Asia, especially China, you've probably heard of Chinese New Year. Same thing applies to South Korea. I believe the holiday's called Seollal. I'm sorry if I mispronounced that. My Korean pronunciation sucks. Anyway, I think that's what it's called. So if anything, BTS are probably going to get off during that period. I believe they will. I don't know. I don't really remember in years past, but I'm pretty sure they're going to have time off. So if you're upset about them not having New Year's off, it's okay, because they're probably going to have more time off at the end of January. Do not freak out, y'all. Anyway, so yeah, I'm so excited. I actually really didn't expect this. I thought that, they would just be spending New Year's in Seoul, but nope, they're coming to New York City. And speaking of coming to New York City, I actually live near New York. Well, an hour away, but you get it. I live in the suburbs. So, you'd probably ask, oh, Jen, are you going to go? BTS is there. No, I am not going. And there are multiple reasons why. Number one, it is crazy New Year's in New York. Literally, probably the most busy day of the entire year is New Year's Eve, because literally everyone from all around the world comes to Times Square just to see the ball drop. It is nuts. Absolutely crazy. You cannot get on trains. Like, some stations are closed because it's just that packed. Like, it's nuts. You'll feel like a sardine. I personally have never gone to Manhattan specifically on New Year's because I just knew that I would literally die. For my entire life, I have completely avoided going for that reason. And one of my friends actually asked me, like, oh, do you want to go? I'm like, no, I can't. I am claustrophobic. I do not do well with tons of people. Just no thanks. Second of all, the fact that it's so crowded when you're waiting there, you have to stay in a specific spot. And if you leave that spot, then you will lose your place, not online, but you'll lose your place forever. And you want to be as close as you can to, the stages and stuff. So what if you have to go to the bathroom? Where are you going to go? You can't leave your spot. So what the hell are you going to do? That's a big problem. Do you realize that? And then third of all, obviously, is the weather. You never know what it's going to be like. Last year, it was freaking pouring. Years before, it's been absolutely frigid. So you know what? Who knows how the weather's going to be that day? And I do not want to take that chance. Literally waiting for hours in the cold or crappy weather. I don't want to do it. I mean, it's BTS, of course. I'll do anything for BTS, but in this situation, no. No. I cannot. Just, I would want to go, but just the circumstances just will not work for me. So yeah, I am not going to New York. Unfortunately, I am staying in the comfort of my own home, watching it on TV, where I am going to be warm and comfortable. Alright, so that kind of wraps up my talk about, BTS New Year's Eve stuff. I'm really excited. Please, guys, watch. Give them as much viewership as possible. You do not have to watch live streams, because ABC, I believe, has a live stream online. So go check that out. Support it as much as you can, because BTS need as much viewership as they can get. Alright, so I am done talking about that, and now I'm going to move into some Monsta X stuff. This isn't going to take too long, but I'm going to be discussing some things, and it's kind of a bit of a negative topic, but I have to touch on it because it's been annoying me a little bit. So, Monsta X have been extremely busy. My god, the past 2 months has been crazy. I can't even list everything they've done. And obviously, it's not really the best time for them to be this busy because they're still mentally and physically tired. You know what happened. I'm not going to say it because it still upsets me. But since, they haven't been there. They're putting on their happy faces. They're pretending that they're okay, but let's be honest. They're really not okay. It's going to take a long time for them to recover from this. And the fact that Starship is making them do all of this stuff, all these activities, all these schedules, it doesn't seem right. They're doing way too much. My god. I can't even list everything they're doing. So they had their comeback promotions. Then they stopped. They had a little break, thank God. But then they continued again. They just announced this English album. They went to America for Jingle Ball. They were there for a while. Then they came back to Korea. And then they went to Japan for the Christmas party, whatever. And they came back. And they're going to Saudi Arabia next week. What the hell? And then then they're coming back from Saudi. And then they're doing the Gaios. Holy crap. Starship, give them a break. I do not want these poor boys to fall apart. Jesus, it's really, unfair. I'm already pissed at Starship for reasons. Actually, they're in trouble. I think the CEO, because of the whole, Produce 101 scandal, if you know about that, yeah. My god, is Starship literally, covering up crap just to save their asses? Oh my god, I wouldn't even be surprised. Monsta X need to get out of that company. I don't think they can, but they need to get out because Starship Entertainment, oof, they're not good. Anyway, they need to take a break. Joohyun, he was late to the U.S. Jingle Ball tour because he was sick. And then, he came back, but he still needs a rest. You know what? They all need a rest. It's such a joke. My god, I can rant about this all day, but jeez, I don't know. They're still gonna do it because it's, the fans and the mom baby that, keep them going. But I don't know. There's nothing I could do. The best I can hope is that, they'll stay healthy and, positive spirits. So that's really all I have to say on that matter. Yeah, like I said, can't do anything. And then the third thing, I don't know if I really want to talk about this or not. I don't really want to get into it, but there's been a lot of drama on Twitter between ARMYs and Monbebes about crap that I don't even feel like talking about. Listen, I do not want to get into this, but I gotta say something. If you don't have anything good to say, just shut your mouth. That is all I'm gonna say. Because this drama is so unnecessary. People on both sides, I know who y'all are. You need to calm down. Keep what you think to yourself. Being a fan of both groups, it's just literally making me so annoyed and pissed off. Just stop. Honestly, Twitter is getting so toxic lately, and this really isn't helping. You know what? If you don't like either group, if you like one or the other, just stay in your own lane. If you like both, good for you, whatever. This needs to stop. The fan wars need to stop. I've always hated them. I never like engaging in them. Hopefully, this shall pass somehow. People are just being idiots. Yeah, so that was my rant about that issue. I really don't know what else to talk about. There's stuff going on. I guess I could talk about my personal life a little bit, if y'all even care. Well, I'm currently in my freshman year of college, and I just finished all my finals, which means I am on winter break right now. Thank God. I really need this break because the past few weeks have been very tiresome. I'm kind of dead right now, but like I said, I need this time off to recover. And then, next semester is going to be crazy. I'm taking all these hard classes, so, these next few weeks will be a time for me to recharge, which is great. I have time to do stuff now, kind of. I'm going to do these podcast things, maybe even read a book. I know, who reads books anymore? Well, guess what? I want to, I don't know, hang out with friends, stuff that I did not really have time to do in college, so that's a good thing. And yeah, that's really what's going on in my life right now. There's too much to talk about. I don't even know. So yeah, that was my quote-unquote podcast. I really don't know how this turned out, but I hope you enjoyed. If there's any improvements please let me know. I kind of stumble when I speak. I'm sorry about that. I wish I was a better speaker. I just want to get my thoughts out there somehow. Oh my god, I really suck at this, don't I? Anyway, I hope you enjoyed. Please leave a like and comment and subscribe to my channel. I know, usual YouTuber stuff you say. So, I hope you have a good day, and I will see you guys soon. So long!